Hello once again, thanks for tuning in and fall to right. Today we're going micro nymphing, and as the name implies, we're going to fish with micro nymphs, very small nymphs fished on very fine leaders. It requires quite a level of skill to fish successfully. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a micro nymph and show you what it is, and then we're going to go to the river. So stay tuned. Now we're ready to tie a micro nymph. Now I have here a size 20 hook. These are the hooks I've used. Mustads. They're a dry fly hook, but it makes no real difference when you come down to this size. Size 20. And on that I have a 1.5mm copper bead, tungsten. Now to tie a micro nymph, the ones I find most successful are ones of my own design. I call them twin wire nymphs, and the reason for that shall be apparent very shortly. So I'm using Unithread 80 in yellow. So I'm tying on here just behind the bead, and I'm going to carry on down. These are very simple, the easiest of all nymphs to tie. A bit of hackle here, olive. I'm going to make the tail from that. That's it. And just trim out the excess hackle here now. You can use any two color wires that tickle your fancy, so to speak. I'm using these two colors here. One is a sort of an olive green, and this one I suppose you would call it mauve wine sort of color. But I'm going to mix those two colors together to create a twin wire micro nymph. You just get your two wires together. Like I said, you can use any two colors you like. What's a good idea is to make dark ones and brighter ones, if you know what I mean. And that's essentially all you need. You don't have to be too specific about the colors. So now you just wind on the two wires together, just like that. It could hardly even be called fly tying, it's so simple. Now, my scissors is getting blunt. I have to cut them one at a time. Now, could hardly be more simple than that. Just a quick whip finish. And there you go, there's a micro nymph. That simple. That's a size 20. And you'll be amazed at how effective this little nymph can be, even on very large trout. Now you can, if you want, fish the nymph just as is there, or if you want, you can add a little UV glue. I don't believe it's going to make any real difference whether you add the glue or not, but I'm just going to do it just for demonstration's sake. So we put a little glue around the body of the fly, hit it with the UV light, and it's ready to go. No need for any elaborations or technicalities. That simple little nymph will catch trout all day long, particularly so in low water. In low water, small nymphs like this will outfish big nymphs by tenfold easily. So now we're going to head for the river, and I'm going to demonstrate to you just how effective this little nymph can be.
Again, I've arrived here at the bank of the river and bright sunshine, low gin clear water, so the conditions are less than ideal for, we'll call it, conventional fly fishing. But as you'll probably see, the Micro Nymph will work very well in these conditions. So now the construction of a leader for fishing the Micro Nymph, there are a myriad ways of constructing a leader, and there isn't really a wrong way to do it, and I'll show you the leader that I make up, and it works just fine for me. So, attached to my fly line I have 6 feet of 20 pounds nylon, 20 pound break and strain. Attached to that I have roughly 2 feet of citer material. It's bicolour, it's got 2 colours on it, and it can be seen in most circumstances and in most light conditions. And then attached to that I have again around 6 feet of 2 pounds break and strain nylon. Now, for to fish 2 pound break and strain nylon, you need a soft rod. In other words, a rod that will absorb any shocks when you strike. And this rod here is a 10-foot 2 weight, and it's specifically designed for nymph fishing, so it's eminently suitable for the fishing the Micro Nymph. So I'm going to get it together here now. I'm going to tie on a size 20 twin wire Micro Nymph and give it a go around here, and let's see how it goes. Let's go fishing. Now I've chosen this little area here because I'm quite sure there are some trout in here. But if I was to just blunder out there now and cast a fly line over that water, I would scatter every fish in the area and catch probably nothing. So the name of the game here is stealth. If they know you're here, they'll stop moving, they'll stop feeding, and they're very, very spooky fish. So, like I say, if I was to walk out there and cast, say, a 5-weight line over that area there, well, it'll cast a shadow and they'll soon be gone. So, I'm going to show you what I do to catch these fish. Now, I don't expect to catch any big fish here, but that's not the point really. I'm here to demonstrate the effectiveness of this little size 20 twin wire nymph. And in order to do that, to fish it properly, it has to be done very stealthily and in a very subtle way. So here goes. So I'm going to start right here, very close. There's no point in casting out all the way. There are likely to be fish just here close as well. So if I was to cast directly out, say for the middle, I would probably scare the fish here nearby, and then the fear is contagious in fish. They would spread the fear and every fish in the area would, like I said, be gone. So I'm going to start here, just at the very edge. Now I have a slight downstream wind, so that will make it a little difficult to flick the nymph out, but because it's so light. There we go. Now just a small fish, but again, it demonstrates that this little nymph won't be refused. And another small fish. And another. So as you can see, the subtle approach pays off. And another. Got off. I was a little bit late on the strike there. I think that's probably why he got off. And a nice fish. Size 20 twin wire nymph, lethal. Now, just going to move up here a little bit more. And you do it incrementally, bit by bit, out along. No rush. Salmon power. Because the tippet is so fine, I'm not sure of the X, how it's measured in X, but I'm a bit old school. It's 2 pounds breaking strain. I think it might be 8X, I'm not sure on that, but because it's so light and so fine, the rod needs to be forgiving. In other words, it has to be relatively soft so that when you strike, you don't smash and break off the leader. Another salmon power, I think. No, that's a little trout. Plenty of small fish here. And another. Now this method works really well in conditions like these, even conditions like these where you have bright sunshine, the water is hardly ankle deep here, and if you were to use any other method, I dare say you wouldn't catch half as many, if any at all. I think there might be one in under that tree if I can get the little nymph in there. Maybe not today. Oh, that's a better fish. From under the tree, as I thought he would be there. Again, not a big fish, but good fun on light tackle like this. Really nice fish on here. A beauty. Built like a torpedo. There we are, folks. A size 20 nymph. A beautiful trout like that. You'll agree that's a beautiful fish. On the size 20 micro nymph. There you go, folks. That's the micro nymph in action, and as you can see, it's a very good method of catching fish in difficult conditions. Bright sunshine, gin clear low water, they still caught some fish. No trophies or anything, but they catch big fish too, from time to time. So, when your river drops low and the conditions don't look right, get yourself together for the twin wire micro nymph. Give it a go, I think you'll find it's successful. Once again, thanks very much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, hit the subscribe button, and there's a notification bell as well. If you hit the notification bell, you'll be advised of every other video that I upload. So, once again, thanks very much. Got a mina mahagat as brahanú agus be me a chaint ríis live an céad óra idir an gáil in slán go fór.